Okay, back out here in the shop, continuing the series of pretty much the basics of bass fishing, right? Some basic lures and techniques that are going to help you get more bites, whether you're fishing a lake, a river, a pond, from a boat, on the bank, off a dock. These baits flat out catch bass. That's what they do. They're tried and true over all these years. We started off with the Texas rig worm, did a whole little series on that, and then a spinner bait. And now what we're going to talk about is a soft stick worm. And you may ask, okay, so what is that? This is all it is. You can see that action on there. Not much to it, right? It's kind of like that Texas rig worm. It's a little bit fatter. This bait right here in particular is loaded with salt, so it falls really natural. And those, you can see how it just kind of, you know, it's going to pulsate in the water and kind of wiggle down like that. This here is a Yamamoto Senko. There's a wide variety of soft stick baits that Tackle Warehouse has in inventory. I recommend green pumpkin or a dark green pumpkin like this one, and black and blue, and a watermelon. I mean, essentially, anywhere you go, those day in and day out are bite-getting colors. They just get bit. So let's talk about how to rig it, okay? So that's all we have right there, right? And this is different than the Texas rig worm. So all we're going to do, this is very, very simple. So again, I got my orange line here so you can see we're going to do the same knot, the Palomar knot. This here is a Wacky Worm Hook, okay? And there's a wide variety of these. For a bait like this, I recommend 1/0, no bigger than 2/0, which is the size of the hook. The 1/0 small, 2/0, 3/0, 4/0, 5/0. The higher up you go, the bigger the hook. So all you're going to do, you're going to take your line again. We're going to pinch it, insert it through the eye of the hook, okay? Just like that. Now we're going to make an overhand knot, okay? Just like that. We're going to take our loop. We're going to go around the hook, wet it, pull it tight, okay? So that's what you got right there. For the line, let me not forget about that. Fluorocarbon, I would suggest 100% of the time you're going to want to throw fluorocarbon. And like I mentioned before, a great way to get into fluorocarbon line, Tackle Warehouse has this. It's called Super Fluorocarbon. It's made by Sunline. It's just a great introductory line to get into the fluorocarbon. And I would recommend for this anywhere between 10 to 16 pound test. If you have 12, like I mentioned, you could throw that on your Texas rig. You could do the same setup or the same line for your wacky rig, your soft stick bait worm. So all you're going to do, right? This is attached to your rod. All you're going to do, very, very simple. You can see right here, it's kind of a clean spot. Call it the egg sac, okay? You're just going to take this, point the hook. There you have it. That's all there is to it. You throw it out in the water and you just let it fall to the bottom. You pick your rod up, let it fall back down. That's it. It's very, very simple. You can use a finesse worm hook like a 1/0 or 2/0. Same type of principle. You can tie it on there. So you don't, if you don't have a wacky rig hook, you can use just a worm hook, a finesse worm hook, just like that. Just do this right there. I mean, essentially that's it. You can add a little weight to the nose right there, but I recommend when you're first trying this, get the hang of it. You're just going to cast out and just let the bait do the work. Pull it up a little bit, let it fall back down. Very, very simple, but it requires a lot of patience. So for those of you with young kids, it's kind of hard for them to understand. You got to be patient and let that bait fall and do its natural thing until they catch one. Then they're like, okay, I understand. So then they get more and more patience. But that right there, especially in the spring of the year, all the way through the summer into the fall, that bait, the soft stick worm, Yamamoto Senko, just like that, just is one of those baits that, like I said, I have one rigged up in my boat right now. Doesn't matter where I'm going to fish. It's always on, and I've caught a lot of big fish, and you just get a lot of bites. But anyway, stay tuned for next week. We're going to go into another bait that goes without saying catches a lot of bass. So we'll see you guys then.